Welcome to the Handyman Pros Radio Show. Home improvement and maintenance tips from the pros.
Welcome to the Handyman Pros Radio Show Action Edition, where we feature an actionable tip that you can use today. And I'm here with my old buddy, Larry. Larry, what have you been up to?
Well, John, exciting news. I'm actually recording from our mobile recording studio, a.k.a. my camper, in beautiful, a southern Georgia city, where I'm doing a renovation on a home. Hopefully we'll be able to put some pictures up on the web for that. But
I didn't know if you were in Mexico with that thing or what, running away.
Don't tell anybody, John. Shh, don't tell anybody. So anyway, so I'm doing this renovation. It's a rental home that we've bought, and it's basically a studs out remodel. And so kind of exciting. But I'm here in the mobile studio. I'm really excited that I can do this remotely. It's very exciting. So
fantastic.
Fantastic.
That's the wonders of the internet, huh?
Yeah, it's amazing.
And how we communicate these days.
I know. And folks, if you do hear anything, I'm very close to an air base, and so if you do hear the sound of freedom, I'll try to mute the mics. But
yeah, they're really after Larry.
They could be. Yeah, they come in pretty low. You'd be surprised.
They haven't painted the target yet, but just wait. So if we hear you go off air, we'll know what happened.
Just listen for the boom. Listen for the boom. Well, John, so one of the things that I've been doing is I've been setting some windows, and so you turned me on, as you often do.
Yep.
I've been wanting to get these windows level. This house is an older house. It's probably 70 years old, of course. So nothing is square, right? Of course, because it's that old. Good house. The bones are really good. But anyway, but nothing square. So I'm going to give it up to you, and you give the tip that you gave me, and it has to do with something that's inflatable. And folks,
right,
don't think what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking.
Yeah, Larry, yeah. A while ago, I had to install some doors. And if you've ever installed doors or windows, it doesn't matter. You always have to level things up. And if you're trying to do it by yourself, and heck, even if you're trying to do it with somebody else, it's always tough to, find the right shim to get underneath the door, or the window, and just get it precise,
right,
to where you can really line it up.
Right.
Everything's just perfect. And then you can drill it in, and screw it in, stuff, so on and so forth.
Right.
Well, I ran across, and maybe a lot of folks out there in the audience, but you have too. But there's these things called inflatable shims, and they look like a little square pillow, and hooked to like a blood pressure cuff type of thing, where you can pump it up, and these things will lift like 300 pounds. And boy, they're real thin. They're made out of plastic, a vinyl type of thing. And you can just slip it underneath the window or the door. And I actually used it the other day to level up a broken gate, so that I could put the hinge on right. And all you got to do is just pump this thing up, and it just, inflates this bag, and it raises up whatever you want to. And you can be really precise with it. And it's easy. You can step on the plunger, or the bulb, if you will, so you can stand there and watch things happen, And then it just has a little button on it where it just releases all the air, and you're done.
Yeah,
and
pretty cool, huh?
It's awesome. I mean, it is a great little tool. I think I want to say I've seen them for like $17 to $25. It depends upon how big they, you want them to be. But I tell you, they fit in your tool bag. They're easy to, they're easy to get around. It's a great, boy, whoever came up with that, it's great. So
really,
they've probably been around for years, but hey, John just discovered it, so I thought.
So we thought we'd bring it to the listening audience. So I have a question for you on this. Do you know the vertical lift? How much vertical can you get? I think I don't remember.
Yeah, that's a great question. It'll come up a couple inches. Maybe even more. It depends because they make them in different sizes.
Okay. So I thought it was size dependent because I know there's different sizes. There's small ones and then there's bigger ones that are probably 4 inches by 4 inches, I think.
Yeah. There is bigger ones, and don't forget, if you have a bigger gap, you can always put something, underneath it.
Yep.
But what's really great, I'll just say it again, is that you can get really precise with them. Instead of putting like 2 shims in, and you got to knock it a little bit here, and you knock it a little bit there, and then you get off, then you're going up and down, trying to get the right height on this thing, or the angle. This thing is really great. So I'd really highly recommend everybody, if you do this kind of projects, take a look at something like that.
Well, awesome. So I forgot to take the mute off, so I was talking, and there was nothing coming over. But anyway, because there was just an airplane just took off, so it was a little noisy for a minute, and then anyway, it's a long story. But that's great. So that's the tip of the week. Folks, don't forget to join our Facebook group. That's at Handyman Pros. Join the conversation. Put these tips out there. Why not? If you've got a tip that you'd like to share with our groups, we'll put it out there on the air. We've done this before. And actually, we've got an episode coming up where we actually interviewed a listener. So that's coming up in the future. It's a good thing. If you have any questions for us, send us an email, questions@handymanprosradioshow.com. And also you can follow us on Twitter at Handyman Radio. Don't forget, folks, if you do enjoy this show, please tell your friends and neighbors. Tell them, send them the link. Tell them that there's these two guys and they give fairly good advice. I mean, it might not be perfect, but we try most of the time, right?
Take no responsibility.
We take no responsibility, right? This is for entertainment purposes only. We'll sound like every other podcast that gets to it. This is for entertainment purposes only. Anyway, we appreciate you listening. We will see you next week on the Handyman Pros Radio Show.